why not? Why to argue with this? But you can't stop and see the humanity and the reasons why. 8 minutes. Tell me a human being out there can watch that 8 minutes and not sit there somewhere and just say, why is this still going on? Why is this still happening? Why does my 4-year-old son have the chance of seeing that? No, man, I don't care what color it is. These people don't care. They don't want to see any more of this. No more. That's why we're here. We're here because Black Lives Matter, absolutely. Everybody matters, but this is the matter. That man says, I can't breathe. That is what they're saying, I can't breathe. Do you hear them? Do you hear them saying, I can't breathe? Because I do. I've watched 3 days in Little Rock of peace. I've watched it be calm. I've watched love. I've watched people cry. People be fearful. But it stayed peaceful. We marched. I saw young kids, grandmothers, mothers, brothers, sisters, fathers, neighbors together, screaming at the top of their lungs, listen to me. I'm just asking for help. We are here to help now. We are all here to help now. I asked a lot of you to come here. Some people, I hope you showed up. I've been begging folks to come today. I've been begging folks to come to Little Rock with me because the narrative right now is not what is happening. You see what's happening. This young lady, this young lady, this young lady, this young lady, bearing their soul. This beautiful mother right here telling you her fear is not only as a mother, but as a black woman. Come on. If anybody out there, is anybody questioning this anymore? Enough is enough, man. It's time for love. It's time for us all to come together. One people, one love. Period. There is no need for this anymore. And look, I'll tell you a couple things. We are not here for something. We are not here to cause harm. We are not here to cause destruction. We are not here to criticize our police. Not these. You know what, I gotta say, I have to respect some of the ones that are here. Our town can remain. I know their stories. Don't get me wrong. Trust me. I know what happens here. But you know what? These gentlemen out here, they're not here because they're scared that people are gonna pop up. They're here to support. They're here to see, and we ask you to be the example. That's what we're asking of you. That's what people want to see of the police. I want to see the fact that I respect you here, and I want to see you portray that more. And I want to see you push that more as officers of these cities to the ones, if you happen to see this somewhere else. Those folks that are kneeling, instead of standing there and watching them get shot, pick them up, man. Pick them up. Enough kneeling. Enough begging. Why are these people begging? You got ears? You got ears? We all got ears. Let's listen. I love every one of you. I cannot thank you enough for coming. And I cannot thank these folks enough for letting me voice my mind. Please, just listen. Just listen, because all they're speaking is love, man. Much love, everybody. Peace.
Hi, everybody. I might tear up during this moment, but let me tell you, I was not born here, but I'm from here. My family is here. I don't live here, but I'm here with you now. My husband is black, and my family has never met him because I will not ask him to come to Arkansas. I will not ask him to come to this small town. But after seeing this, there's a really good chance I'm going to have him come. So thank you for being here to support that. I love all of you. We can do this. Just keep coming out. Thank you.
By the time you hear this message, it might already be too late.
God bless every last one of you. It makes my heart just cry to see us unite together. Instead for something that's positive, instead of something that's negative. My name's Pastor Abdel Hamid. I came from Ozark. I've preached all over the United States. I'm not the type that presses down on people because you know what? God's people are of all nationalities. God didn't create one, He created all of us. And He doesn't punish us because of our color. He doesn't hurt us because of that. When He created us, He gave us love. That's what He taught us was love. And this is love! This is love! I have 13 children, may sound wild. But in my family, there's every nationality. My honey's over there, she's pregnant right now. That makes 4 kids. Oops. But I'm going to tell you guys this. Keep standing strong. Don't believe in the garbage, you know. The best thing we can do is pray and say, Lord, deliver us this. Help us. Lift us up. Let us be strong. Let us not be weak in no matter. When anybody's against you, grab a brother's hand. Grab a sister's hand. Stand strong together. Love. Be positive. There's a lot going out there, not just this. But for this to happen, come on. All over the world. I'm from California originally, okay? I lived in more prejudiced towns than you can imagine. My grandfather's from England. What does that tell you? He wasn't white. I mean, he wasn't black. He was white. But you can never look at my skin and tell that. But don't judge a book by its cover. We're all the same people. Don't forget, we are the same. They're doing their job out there, but a lot of them are doing wrong jobs. So pray for them that did wrong for us. But we all matter, no matter who you may be. Let no one suppress you in any manner. Always look forward. Help everybody that you can. God bless you guys. I love you.
My name is Ronnie Hampton. I've been in this community for almost 40 years. Came in '81, and the night that I came, I spent my first night up in the Ramada Inn, just over there. I knew it was only about 5% black, but I had a job opportunity as a chemist out at Eastman Kodak. And I must tell you that this has been the best town I have ever lived in. So I want to go ahead and applaud you. Now, in saying that, there's much to do. And we know that silence is so loud. It tells us when people don't want to, they're too afraid to even speak up against someone that they should be speaking up against. Now, my son's classmate with the guest, the leader here, and can't think of his name right now. Just tell you, yeah. See, and he's a fireman. Got fireman of the year down in Little Rock. My daughter ended up becoming a nurse practitioner, and you know what? I can't get them to come back to Batesville to make this community better. I've tried to work. I've tried to work with the Board of Visitors, the hospital, with the ambulance service. I've done all those things voluntarily because I like to see Batesville strive. But you know what? We all have to speak up. Now, I was born in a little bitty town called Louisville, Mississippi. And I don't know how many of you guys have ever drank from a white fountain or a colored fountain, but I have. I've used a colored bathroom. And the hometown that I grew up from was only 25 miles from what they call Mississippi Burning. You know where they buried those 3 civil rights guys? Now, my dad and mom never talked about racism, and they encouraged us to be all we could be. One brother, she wanted him to be a doctor. We had, out of 9 of our family, we had 9 to graduate. 2 chemists, educators, you name it. We went on, we pursued our own. But I tell you, the thing that I had to deal with growing up is actually just accepting my dad calling my friend Mr. Jimmy when I call him Jimmy. Now, we've come a long way from that, but unless I'm talking about we together, go ahead and do something, the silence is going to continue. We got to speak up. And all I tell you is I love Batesville. And I've been on Facebook telling folks for the last 20 years that change got to come. And if change doesn't come, don't you expect something else to happen. And I don't like seeing that. But when you don't have a voice, what else are you gonna do? You try to hem a dog up in a area and see what he'll do. He's gonna fight like crazy to get out of there. And the people that we're talking about, they're not the ones that has the education that should be talking in an educated dialogue. When we go out and gain offense to people that doesn't have the inspiration that we have, we got to change that. We got to be the voice for them. I believe if anybody have ever read a few words of W.E.B. Du Bois, you know that there's a talented 10 that black people like myself are expected to be leaders in our community. But that doesn't mean that white people shouldn't be leaders also. So I'm gonna just leave with that, because I believe, seeing the people that I see here, you're speaking up. You're speaking loud for those people that don't have time to tell others that, hey, a change got to come. And you know what? Tell somebody else. You know, we need you. We want you to speak up for us, because we love you. There's nothing that I wouldn't do for my son or daughter that I wouldn't try to do for anybody else. And I say that 90% of the people in Batesville are just that way, and that's why I love them. Y'all have a good day.
Okay, unfortunately, due to time, we have enough time to hear it from a couple of more people, if they can make it quick. There was supposed to be another activity going on at 4 o'clock today, so I don't want to cut into their time.
Good afternoon. Thank everybody for coming out. I'm not a civil rights activist. I'm just a common person, just like everybody out there in this crowd. I come here by way of Detroit, Michigan. I've been here for 16 years now. I've fought in combat overseas twice. I've lived here in Batesville since 2009. I've got something I want to tell everybody. The civil rights movement started long before all of the icons. The civil rights movement started in Berkeley, California by 3 Caucasian college students. Check your history. Without white people spearheading and helping those less fortunate, we wouldn't be here today. There's only one race, the human race. There's only one kind, and that's mankind. We hold these truths to be self-evident. I challenge you guys to get to know each other as a people, as America united, because a house divided will not stand. I've got something to say to my fellow law enforcement officers. Who do they call at 3 o'clock in the morning? We all use them to our advantage, but you don't need the police until you need the police. So they need a round of applause, because they're in the thick of this mess just like we are. They don't have nobody to call. I tell them, I challenge you to call Jesus. Call Jesus. Don't depend on your fellow officers. Don't depend on your sergeants. Don't depend on the government. Send him some email. Not email, email. Bow. Let your tongue confess. Live an open life, because I'm going to tell you something. Your kids are watching. Your grandkids are watching. What type of mess are we going to leave for them to clean up? Let's get it together, America. This ain't no partisanship crap. This is real life. History repeats itself unless we straighten out the curve. I'm willing to take that challenge. I don't see no color. I don't care where you come from. I'm going to respect you first and foremost as soon as I lay eyesight on you. And I expect for each and every last one of us to do the same. That's all I got to say, y'all.
My name is Leon Vaughn, and I'm only going to take a moment because I got a brother behind me that wants to speak, and we don't have much time. But I'm going to tell you, Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and it's all about love. It is all about love. You know what I'm saying? And here's the beauty of what we're doing today. What we're doing today is a peaceful demonstration. See, because we can change the system. we can change the world. But we got to work within the system. See, when you step outside the system, that's when you got a problem. So we need to sit down and plan. We need to talk about what we want to do. But what we need to do most of all is to register to vote. Everybody here needs to vote. Tell your friends, your family, everybody needs to vote. We've got to change, but we got to change it from within. And I'm going to leave you with that.